Yes, people, welcome back to another video. I'm John Sinclair TV, and tonight's Friday night, and I've got my guest with Josh, Chelsea fan. How are you doing, Josh? You okay?
It's just stressful moments. Sure, as everybody who's aware, everybody on Twitter will probably be very aware what's going on with Chelsea Football Club at the moment. But at the end of the day, there is a game that has to happen on Sunday. Just like last night, Chelsea players are going to have to kick on. We're going to have to get on with it, and it's an absolute pleasure, John, to meet you and to meet your subscribers, to be on this channel. I'm grateful for you having me, and I hope I can give you the best possible answers to any questions you may have.
No problems at all, Josh. Thank you very much for joining. And guys, if you do like the video, like what you see, you know exactly what to do. Please hit the like button, and that helps me channel impress immensely. And please hit the subscribe button as well, and helps the channel to grow. And also, if you like to donate, then super chat. Then you do what you got to do. Just click on the $sign and just give what you can. And also, if you'd like to become a member, then please hit the join button. And it's only 99p. There's only one option there as well. And I should be going on the World Sport TV tonight at 9 o'clock on Baz channel as well. So join us for that as well. For he's got a preview and other things as well. So Bazza, so how long have you supported Chelsea Football Club? What made you support Chelsea? And why Chelsea?
I've only been supporting Chelsea for maybe about the last 5-6 years. I wasn't really massively into football. I wasn't massively into football kind of when I was around about a teenager. I started supporting my local team I have in this country, Northern Ireland, I always had always have followed Chelsea throughout the years, but I never watched football fully. So when I started getting really into football, I knew a lot about Chelsea. I knew a lot about the history. A lot of the Champions League wins, a lot of when Roman Abromovich took over, a lot of the history, the ins and outs. So I've always, in a sense, Chelsea have always been close to my heart, but when I started really, really getting into football, Chelsea were the club that I automatically knew that I loved, along with Glenavon, who I also support locally. So Chelsea just seemed like a natural choice, and obviously it's been a club that for many, many years has always been incredibly and extremely competitive in the English Premier League across Europe. And obviously, Red said right now things are a bit to go, but no, I haven't been supporting them for probably as long as some people have. Who you may know, but I follow this club day to day, and I love talking about them no matter what day or night.
Yeah, absolutely, my guy. I'll tell you what, I mean, Chelsea are a huge club, and they've been winning things and stuff. And over the years, I mean, Roman Abromovich has been at the club for 19 seasons, and he's won 2 Champions League, countless Premier League titles. He's been so ambitious, put his money in his mouth, but he keeps changing managers ever so often, and that's the way he runs the club. And Chelsea fans are kind of used to it. How do you feel about Roman changing managers every so often? I mean, he had Jose Mourinho twice. He had Antonio Conte. He's got Tuchel there. Jose Mourinho been in twice. He had Gus Hiddink and Philippe Scolari. And they had some great managers managing your football club. And, but who's been your best manager at Chelsea in your era?
This will probably surprise people, and I'm more going to say this on the kind of what the future holds and what I hope the future will turn out to be. I actually think Thomas Tuchel's probably been our best manager. I think, yes, of course, Jose Mourinho probably would be the very, very close second. He did incredible, wonderful things with Chelsea. Also Roberto Di Matteo back in 2012 winning that Champions League. But I think Thomas Tuchel, not only has Thomas Tuchel, won us the Club World Cup, FA Cup final, Carabao Cup final, Champions League winners. He turned the club around massively, considering how competitive, how strong we are, and also when you think about some of the things he's had to deal with while he's been manager of Chelsea. He's the Super Cup now, a change of ownership, not getting the players he wanted, a ton of injuries, playing the most games since Christmas. The list goes on. The guy, which Chelsea are still for players. They're still incredibly competitive, and their team is really dramatically improving on the pitch. So as weird as that probably sounds, as people maybe unless you were a Chelsea fan, you would understand fully what I'm trying to say. But I think Thomas Tuchel, especially if we come through the other side of it, and Thomas Tuchel has kept these players in a position where they are still competing and they're still doing well in the league, still doing well in the cup. The guy definitely at the moment is on track, or probably is the best manager we've ever had.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Thomas Tuchel is destined for the very top. He's only 48. I think he is. And I tell you what, when he came in, I thought that you say he'd probably come to Chelsea, but he'd probably do it at the start of the season. But I'm surprised that he came middle of season. And he's done absolutely wonders. He's come in. I feel sorry for Frank Lampard. I'll come to you later on. But I feel sorry for Frank. Then Thomas come in and with the same team gets you the Champions League, won you the Champions League, and pardon me, and he becomes a legend, a Chelsea legend.
Yes, no, you're absolutely spot on with that.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll go through the comments. If you've got any questions for Josh, please feel free to fire away those questions, and he'd be quite happy to pass them on to you. And I've got I Like Coffee. I still want to know your first name, but hi to you anyway. And big up to Luke as well. Hello, John. I hope you're okay, mate. I've got Gary V and even to John, even to everybody. And got one from Brian's. I walked past Stamford Bridge today. The two old guys who cannot play would take it away were there. Okay, fair enough. Whatever happened to Chelsea, I will keep Joe Linton, ASM, and anyone with niggles for the Everton game. So basically what Gary's basically saying, then just take a free hit on Sunday. Free hit Newcastle. And excuse me, I can understand what he's trying to say. Evening, lads. We got 2 James. We'll be okay. You said 2-1 win last night. Bruno winner. Going for 2-1 again on Sunday. Why let the run stop now? That's very true. Very true. What a win. Excellent win. On the volley, Evening John, great result last night. Absolutely magnificent. And what we saw last night, the unbeaten run continues. Only 4 points off 10. I cannot believe that. It's going to be tough on Sunday. And we just got to give it a right go, but we'll come to one later on. So we're going to talk on to your team, Chelsea. You're third at the minute. And I want to talk about Romelu Lukaku, right? I don't know what your take on this, about him talking to Sky Italia back in December. And he basically spoke to one of the lads from Sky Sport Italia. And he's saying that he's not happy at Chelsea. He wants to come back to Inter Milan. I mean, when you heard that, how did you feel about that?
It was the biggest disrespect you could give to, Chelsea. No matter wages he's on, he's the highest paid transfer fee wise, Chelsea have ever spent on a player. He says he was a boyhood Chelsea fan. He was meant to come in and give Chelsea that extra, that kind of finishing touch in attack that they needed. And to come back and say, not even 3-4 months into your time at Chelsea, to say that you basically want to go back to Inter Milan home, you're not happy at Chelsea, you're disrespecting Thomas Tuchel's tactics that are clearly, working right now. It's the biggest disrespect you could give to Thomas Tuchel and to the football club. Lukaku now is just sitting on the bench, rotting away while Kai Havertz is doing a fantastic job at play. So the whole Lukaku situation, he doesn't, 6 touches in a game. There's fucking strikers in Sunday League football get more touches than Romelu Lukaku did against Crystal Palace. It's shocking. At the end of the day, Lukaku I don't think Romelu Lukaku is a Premier League standard player. In the Premier League, you have to move, you have to be physical, you have to be willing to get into the game, which you don't really have to do in Serie A, because even Tammy Abraham and Edin Dzeko prove that if you can score goals in Serie A, that's enough. In the Premier League, there's a whole more physical and mental aspect to it. I just don't think Romelu Lukaku's up to it. Now, obviously, to sit here and say Chelsea should sell them in the summer, well, right now we can't sell players under these sanctions, so we might be stuck. It is really difficult. But hopefully, if Chelsea are under the ownership come the summer, if I am being genuinely honest, sell Lukaku, take the loss on him. It's a new ownership, it's a new ownership, new money, so just take the loss on him. And try and Brosher from Southampton's proven that he could be a well worthy shout at Chelsea. Kai Havertz is doing well, and there's other strikers out there who I would much rather have over the moment. He was a 100 million, and he's an absolute embarrassment to the shirt for his attitude and his effort on the pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. You've got my honest opinion on Lukaku. when he did that interview with Sky Sport Italia, when he goes and said about Lautaro Martinez and said, look, don't come, I'm coming. In my opinion, he was going well in the Premier League. The moment he done that interview, your season was over. Your season was well and truly over because he has just done the cardinal sin. The players didn't sound happy at all. And from that very, very moment, Thomas Tuchel should have come out and said, right, lad, you're in the reserves, son. You're in the reserves. Right? And I would have been absolutely seething. If ASM did that, Alan Saint-Maximin did that in a French newspaper, he did that. And it came back and he did exactly what Lukaku's done. In my opinion, he's done. Reason? Because no one ain't bigger than the club. Yeah? And that's how it is. But I think Chelsea got it wrong on Lukaku, but he's still here. And you're right. He's done. I got some comments. Good evening, John and Josh. Hope you're okay, mate. There's no free hit at Newcastle anymore. Yeah, I've certainly joking, by the way. And not a free hit, John. Scotland should allow some of the players, not 100%, more time to recover. That's very true. Hi, folks. Hope it's all well. Great win. It was, Darren. Absolutely fantastic. And one from Brian saying Diego Simeone is after Lukaku, but he cannot leave until his contract runs out. Have you heard of this one? Atletico Madrid after Lukaku?
As far as I know, there's nothing concrete to that at the moment. Lukaku, at the moment, no one's interested in Lukaku. That could change in the summer, but no, at the moment, Lukaku's destined to stay at Chelsea. And I don't really see that changing.
Yeah. I'm not going to bring the next one up, son, because there's the last two words is a split ticket. It's not going to be displayed on my channel, but I'll read it off. Any team wanting points from us need to battle for them. F7 players, play your strongest team against every team. I have to agree with you there, Toons. I agree, but to say the last two words is not going on my screen. Newcastle will get at least one goal. I think we'll probably score on Sunday, but we're going to concede as well. Need ASM Joe Lennon back for this game. Otherwise, I think our run will come to an end. That's from Ryan. And on the Valley, it goes, lads, I think it was shocking when Lukaku said and doing the Sky interview without permission. So disrespectful to the manager, fans and club. Would you have done this under Alex Ferguson? I don't think he would, mate.
No, definitely not.
He'd be honest. Yeah. Would you risk them for Ryan if he's not 100% fit? That's in Gary V. That's going to be a ding-dong between those two. Can't win every game, but as long as the lads give the all, I don't mind losing the odd game, but giving up before you even start a game, I won't accept. Totally agree there. You've got to be on it every single time. And Enquiries and Leek are playing wing backs at Chelsea. I think we have to target that area. Saul Enquiries, a fantastic player for Atletico Madrid. In the Premier League, seems to be struggling. Let's be real. But if he does play, then we need to target him because, in my opinion, I think he's struggling in the Premier League. And we can beat Chelsea on Sunday. And I've got Curve as well. Joe Willock has shown nice edge in the last two games. I think he did. He's quite a game last week, but I thought when he's honest, he should have scored yesterday. But that tackle he did in the end was fantastic. I want to talk about your team. How do you think Thomas Tuchel will set up his team? I mean, who would your 11 be for Chelsea on Sunday against Newcastle?
Team would be Mendy's in goal. On the first day, I think he's the best goalkeeper in the world right now. Guy's absolutely unbelievable. I can see you can tell by your face you disagree with me on that, but Mendy's the best goalkeeper in the world for me at the moment, or at least in the Premier League if I'm to go that far. The back three would be Trevor Chalobah, Thiago Silva, and Antonio Rudiger. I would keep Christensen out of the team because he's going to Barcelona in the summer. You know, I just personally believe not playing players you're not going to be at the club next season. That's just a personal preference of mine. Right wing back, Azpilicueta, if fit. The two midfielders, I would have Kovacic and Kante. Left wing back, I believe Alonso is out, so Saul would be left wing back. And Saul has been better compared to his first few games at Chelsea. He has slightly improved, but I do agree. I don't think he's up to Premier League standard as a whole. And then the front three, Kai Havertz, Mason Mount, and Christian Pulisic.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I sort of going for as well. Mending goal. I mean, Thiago Silva is just getting better and better and better. I watched his career as AC Milan. Absolutely world class and still is. And there's been a questionable unavailable. It's got Reece James and Ben Chilwell's both out injured. And the fitness test is going to be Alonso fitness. Alpaqueta has illness, Huzzdoi is injured, Pulisic is ill as well. And we found out near the time on Sunday. For Newcastle, my prediction is going to be back in goal. Manquillo, Shah, Burn, and Target at the back four. Willock, Shelby, and Bruno in midfield. Murphy, Wood, and Frieza. And as things stands at the moment, I've got Hayden's injured, Lewis is injured, Trippier's injured, and Wilson as well. Joe Linton's injured, ASM's illness, and it looks like Bruno's got a late fitness test, Kraft late fitness test, Federico Fernandez injured, and Shah's injured. So that's the question. But we've got about 4 or 5 players who played is got out injured. So let's hope on Sunday things will change, and we need some quality players back in. It's as simple as that. And what do you think of Newcastle? Ask you the question about the takeover. As a Chelsea fan, are you happy with the takeover being finally being done as a Chelsea fan?
I think I think it was evidently clear that Mike Ashley was not willing to put all the right investment into Newcastle to make Newcastle a successful club, and Newcastle, year beyond year, for maybe those couple of years under Rafa Benitez, were a team that when they were in the Premier League, it was always a question of will they be in the Premier League the following season, not could they push for a higher position? And I think Newcastle's history, everything about Newcastle football, I love the fans, I love St James's Park, except when you play there as an away team. It's a tough place to go, and everything associated, even the fans, all the fans that I spoke to here in Newcastle, it's just a fantastic, great club that I have a massive respect for, and I absolutely love to see doing well. So I think this takeover, and clearly these owners are just as passionate for the club as the fans seem to be, and I think it is a fantastic thing for Newcastle Football Club to feel like now there is positivity, because I hate to say it, and when you look at how Steve Bruce is doing with West Brom at the moment, if you guys were still to Mike Ashley and still Steve Bruce, I think you would be in the bottom 3. Because it took you like even how long it took Eddie Howe to get this team turned around. It was clear how down in the dogs that Newcastle team, and Mike Ashley was not going to sack Steve Bruce. There was no Steve Bruce was going to stay there. He would be here right now if Mike Ashley was still the owner. So I think for Newcastle, it's a fantastic job. They're clearly, I think you're out of the relegation fight now. I think Leeds, Everton, Watford, Burnley, and all they're the ones who are all in the relegation fight. And you guys can now start looking up from next season. And I'm sure you're very excited to what the future may hold.
Yeah, absolutely. We need 2 more wins. I think 2 more wins to keep us up. That takes us to 37 points. So if we win on Sunday, it's a big if. Then I think we're done. I think we've done it. Got Everton on Thursday next week. That'd be fantastic. I've got Tony the Red. Well, I love calling Tony the Red because you got Macy, as you know, kills, because Tony keeps calling Macy the Mag, but Macy calls Tony the Red. So I do love Tony, by the way. But hello, any news on Maxey's injured for Chelsea? At the minute, he's ill. At the minute, he's not injured. He's having an illness there, and we'll find out on Sunday whether he's going to play or not. Tony, right? He's just having a ding dong with Gary. So both fantastic. Any chance of Kennedy playing on Sunday?
To Kennedy, he honestly, you should have seen my reaction when I see the week. We Chilwell's out for the season. We have the whole January transfer to do something. We decided to recall Kennedy. He's been here for decades. He's been on about 7 different loans. All of those loans have failed. He played against Town as a left wing back, and he was absolutely atrocious. So no, there's absolutely no chance Kennedy played. Unless Thomas Tuchel really is throwing in the towel after these sanctions and saying, "Nah, I give up." I doubt it.
Oh man, unbelievable, man. So Kennedy, not for you then.
Nah, definitely no Kennedy for me.
Definitely not for you. Well, you can keep it anyway. He was brilliant for half a season. I can't lie. When he played against, don't he play a company he played against? I mean, we were definitely at home, but he scored one and made one, did he? So he was absolutely outstanding that day. But I like Coffee as well. Bruno Magician, and we'll score Magician goals like Papi C said. That goal last night was absolute lit. That back heel goal, absolutely fantastic. And how much have I missed? You only missed 20 minutes, Brian. So, yeah, and on the volley, no, let's go for it on Sunday, not Saturday, Sunday. Imagine getting someone at the bridge, playing Bruno from the start and bringing Shelby later. Like that, John, you'll get a little less, that's fair enough. I'm not going to read the next round. I'm not even going to read out, by the way, because I think it's absolutely shocking and it will not be displayed on my channel. But you can subscribe if you want to. That's your choice. I've watched Bruno's goal over and over again. It's like a fine wine and gets better and better. That's in Gary V. And if I wanted to, I could have blocked that account as well. If I wanted to, any more of that again, he is definitely getting blocked. And soon as that, I won't bring it up because it's going to involve him as well, mate. So, but I'll totally understand what you mean. Thanks for backing us up. Don't forget, lads, there's one more game and then international break. So the players won't go through any physical hard 90 minutes for a few weeks. I thought it's 2 more games. I mean, you got one on Sunday, and they've got Everton on Thursday after that. So, see, 2 wins would do it, absolutely. And fake illness, that's from Brian, and I was only joking. And any questions for Josh, please fire away. He'd be happy to tackle your answers there. And yes, John, I think 2 more wins to do, but I'm Guido like a lot more. Let's keep going. What's the score predictions on Sunday? More, I'll tell you that in a bit. Van Lucas, how are we playing 4 away games in a row? Then can take its toll on the players mentally, but they'll push through. We need to, Ryan. We need to push it through because at the end of the day, we've got squad rotation and we need to use our players and take advantage of it. So that's where you're going to do it. Got 37 people watching live. Thank you very much indeed for doing it. And do slap the likes as well, which helps each other grow. So, yeah, how are you happy with your season so far? You're third in the table. And I think Havertz is playing really well. Thiago Silva has been absolutely outstanding. The midfield, Kante is just quality anyway. Gets a lot of injuries, by the way. So, if you given us marks out of 10 for the season so far, how many would you give it?
I'd probably give the season a solid 8 out of 10. I think, Carabao Cup final, a game could have gone either way. We were unlucky. Club World Cup won for the first time in our history. That's us completed, every trophy possible. We're not going to come to European Conference League, obviously, because, I don't think Chelsea really fancy finishing 6 or 7 just to get into that bloody competition. The league, I think the league maybe is slightly disappointing, but considering we've already touched on Lukaku and then we lost Reece James and Chilwell, which is a big crucial part of our system. Along with COVID, along with during the main Omicron phase of COVID, that really kind of hurt us. So to be sitting probably comfortably third in the league, looking like top 4 is going to be ours. It's very good. Still in the FA Cup, going to be through to the next round of the Champions League, and this team is really, really improving. I completely agree with you. Kai Havertz is an incredible signing. The guy's got so much. The guy's got so much potential, and now that he's getting those minutes, getting this confidence, you're starting to be able to see it in his game and how well he's kind of intaking his role in this team now. So. No, I actually think it's been a really good season for Chelsea. And I think Reece James, he kind of got a setback there, unfortunately, but he is starting to come back. I said the attack's starting to click now, and obviously I'm incredibly happy with what I've seen from this team, and it gives a lot more positives to how we can be in the future if we keep working hard, if we keep believing, and we do the right things in the summer if we're allowed to.
Yeah, absolutely. And you won your last 9 games out of 10. And I tell you what, though, Chelsea are on a roll at the minute. They really are. And that game against Brighton at home, where you drew 1 each, and I got that winning goal. I was going to say, how did Dan Burn play it against Lukaku?
I think he played really, really well. To be fair, I said Lukaku just does not make it difficult for. Lukaku does not make it difficult for defenders to defend him because he's very static. He doesn't try and get onto the ball. He's easily to tackle. I think you watched a fair bit of Serie A, if I'm not mistaken. I think
yeah.
And you would have seen how difficult Lukaku was in Serie A for Inter Milan, and he's just the complete opposite at Chelsea. So it's easy to defend Lukaku, and that's why I think Kai Havertz is a much more difficult threat and much more of a worry for opposition defenders than what Lukaku is.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I do watch a lot of Serie A sort of things as well, but obviously we podcasters get away a wee bit, but I'll catch the highlights nowadays. But I do catch up on Serie A. I'd love to go Lazio more if I can, so that'd be fantastic. So what a competition Serie A is. I mean, Milan, Inter, Napoli can still win it. Watch out for Juve at the early 7 points from the top. And I tell you what, if Juve keep the run going, I tell you something, if they do win Serie A, Juve, that'd be the greatest ever moment for coming off so far behind to actually win it. absolutely fantastic. I think Allegri's doing a good job with the players he's got. But again, Vlahovic makes a difference in that team. They needed a striker because Morata, for me, he's okay, but he's just not scoring enough. And it is what it is. So it's going to be the final few months. You got Foxy as well. Just a great game to show. Thiago Silva, Rudiger, I'll come to in a bit. Mount, Kante, Mendy. Why Newcastle is the place for them next season. Would Chelsea fan be happy with us giving them Longstaff and Richie next season?
Chelsea fans, I will. Regardless of how much of a crisis Chelsea are in right now, I will have to respectively decline your offer.
Yeah, that'd be tough. I mean, Rudiger's out of contract. You just comments out as well. We'd come back to Rudiger as well. Big up to Kiraf. Hope you're okay. He's the very first person to give us a donation when our super chat. He was the very first one. And top of the tree. Thanks for that, Kieran. Hope you're okay, kid. Haven't seen you for a long time, buddy. What's happening, man? I got Gaz as well. Big up to you guys. I'm falling in love with Newcastle all over again and again. I will not swap Eddie Howe for any other manager in the world. He's a real manager, somebody we have not had for a long time, maybe since Bobby. I tell you what, Eddie Howe is my manager. I've got big up to you, John Joe. Do subscribe to my channel, mate. Click on subscribe as well. I believe it's your first time. I believe you'll beat Chelsea. I hope that is the case. Johnny, when are you going to get Maisie on your channel? It's on Tuesdays at 7 o'clock. So keep your eyes peeled for that, Alan. And do subscribe to my channel as well, pal. And Chelsea would definitely have enough to stay up next season. Kennedy as captain. He's a wind-up merchant, man. And Kante is a beast in midfield. I think we need Joe Linton back in there trying to match it. It's a physicality. I tell you what, if he does come back on Sunday, that'll be a bonus as well. And obviously, Ryan's chatting to Foxy. I think we've got other targets anyway, Ryan. We love it here, but I think we want to go back to a big European team. And my team, Dubs, Share, Burn, Tiger, Makio, J7, Bruno, Willock, Fiesa, Maxi, and Wood. And Ryan sent to Foxy. Everyone's chatting to everyone. I think it's fantastic. Chelsea is beatable, but it will be tough. And big up to Louis Van as well. And I've seen him tweeted the Man U lasses as well today, which I do every single week. On to Rudiger. And as things stands, he kind of signed a new deal because Rome's got sanctioned. Where do you think it'll end up going?
This is why Chelsea need to be sold as soon as possible, so these contract extensions can't happen. It did, as I said, as I've kind of already reiterated, Christensen's away to Barcelona. I think Azpilicueta is also going to be going to Barcelona on a free. It did seem like Rudiger was going to stay, but you have two complications. There was two complications. The first one was that Roman was selling the club anyway. So would the new owner or the new board or the new board, would they be willing to put that money into Chelsea and into Rudiger's contract, which will be 300k highest defender in the Premier League? And now obviously the question is, he can't actually legally sign a contract at the football club because we're under this license that is part of the sanctions. So where will Rudiger end up? I have absolutely no idea. It is an impossible question to answer. That's just the reality. But I seriously hope with all my heart that Antonio Rudiger stays at this football club. He has been amazing. His leadership, his quality, his defense, and just everything has just been sublime for Chelsea. I don't actually think he's had a bad game since Thomas Tuchel came in, and I just hope that he is able to stay. But this is why the club needs to take over, because the uncertainty around such key players for Chelsea could really impact us next season if it's not sorted out quickly enough.
Absolutely. If you keep him to get his sanctions over, that would be your biggest signing of the season. Doesn't matter who else comes in, Antonio Rudiger will be your biggest signing of the season, because I tell you what, this guy is absolutely a beast. He just gets better and better and better defending. I would love to have him at Newcastle, by the way. But listen, at the end of the day, if he is going to leave Chelsea, I've got a sneaking feeling either go to PSG or you'll go to Real Madrid. One of the two, but we shall see. And Alan, thanks for your super sticker, mate. Thanks for your donation, mate. Thank you very much indeed. £2. And really appreciate that, man. Thank you very much indeed. And we'll be there, the last away fans of Stamford Bridge this season. And I've got Ryan chatting to Gary as well, which is a good comment. And serious question now. Would the Chelsea fan take a loss on Lukaku? And would you look at getting Tomori and Tammy back, who has been performing well in Serie A? look, in my opinion, right? I mean, Lukaku is not playing his best, right? If he's there in the summer and he doesn't fix up, then I think he'll be aware. But I think he wants to steer and prove his worth. But he doesn't stay very long done. He spent 2 seasons at United, 2 seasons at Inter Milan, come back to Newcastle, not Newcastle, Chelsea. And do you think he'll stay in the summer? Do you think he'll be here next season? Do you think, Josh?
I'll answer the 2 questions. I would absolutely take a loss of Romelu Lukaku. You're not going to get 100 million back from him. You're not going to even probably get 70, 80 million back for Lukaku. It's not happening. If you sell Lukaku, you're going to have to take a massive loss on him. But this is the positive of where potentially having a new owner come in handy, because a new owner, completely new board, they're not going to really care about the 100 million price tag, so they might happily sell Lukaku at a loss, since it's not going to be the same money as the previous regime. So in a sense, there is a possibility, there's a strong possibility that will happen if Chelsea are taken over. In terms of Tammy Abraham, we should never have sold Tammy Abraham. I think that was the wrong decision. I think he's a fantastic striker. He did really well at Chelsea for in the 2 seasons he was with us. The same with Giroud. Tomori, I love Tomori, but he's not going to get ahead of Thiago Silva, Rudiger, Azpilicueta, Chalobah, and potentially Conte, who we will sign in the summer if the plan is still followed. So, Tammy Abraham, absolutely. Would you have a buyback clause with Tammy Abraham in the following summer for 60 million? Tomorrow, no. Sell Lukaku for 60, 70 million, happily.
Yeah, I think that'd be brilliant. Sell Lukaku, get that Tammy back, and I think he's loving in Italy life, Rome life. He's been fantastic this season. The Roma fans love him, right? And he works hard for the team. The talent and the talents are not on his back, which is absolutely fantastic. They do love Tammy Abraham, and he works hard for the team. Tomori, I tell you what, this guy's a beast. I think this guy's going to be in Milan for a long time. If I was Tomori, I'll stay in Milan for a long time, because that football club is absolutely huge, and people just do not realise it. You know what I mean? He's been defending well, defending properly. Franco Baresi is not, but I can tell you something now. If I was Tomori, I would love to meet Franco Baresi and have a chat to him as well, and how to make him a better defender. But hey ho, I think it's been absolutely fantastic. Why leave Milan? They're a huge club, massive club. And what players would John like to buy from Chelsea? And what players would Josh like to buy from Newcastle? That's some Josh has some great questions. I'll make it easier. Which 3 players would you take from Newcastle United, Josh?
That's a good question. I think first of all, I would take. I think West folks probably fans who you asked this question. I would take Saint-Maximin for sure. Lovely guy. Saint-Maximin's absolutely incredible. I would probably take Kieran Trippier as a backup to Reece James. I think having Reece James and Trippier on the same team would be quite scary. I think that would be probably the best right back setup in the whole of world football. The third one, I would probably take. Is it probably going to be a bit of a? We'll probably take Callum Wilson. I think Callum Wilson has a lot to go. If he didn't have the injuries, the guy would be a fantastic striker in the Premier League. He can score goals. He's got the pace. Got the Premier League experience, the understanding, and I think he would offer something a bit different, to what Chelsea have now. So Callum Wilson, Kieran Trippier, and Saint-Maximin.
Yeah, good choice for me. At the current, I want to have leaders in my team. I take Thiago Silva 100% because this guy can defend properly, and he's a leader, an organizer, and his positional play is absolutely fantastic. I would definitely take him 100%, no questions asked. So he'd be definitely my pick, Thiago Silva. Excuse me. The second I take from Chelsea, I take Havertz, because this guy is a terrific link-up player. We definitely need a number 10, and I tell you what, he will link up well between the midfield and the attack, and he's just scored some cracking goals, and his work rate is absolutely outstanding, and I enjoy watching him. I really, really do. And the third one I take is a toss-up between Kante and I was going to already play some flipping Milan, doesn't he? I'm going to say Kante, or I would take Reece James. For me, I would take Kante because this guy is a ball winner in the midfield. He's a leader, and he just mops up the player. He does the simple things easy, right? And he could have gone to Italy, but listen, he's here, and I'd take those three. So I'd take Kante, Havertz, and Silva for Newcastle. And we'll move on. John Jack, do subscribe to my channel, mate. First time I reckon we get 4 points in the next 2 games. And a win against Chelsea might seem a little out of reach, but with our form, don't be surprised if you get something from the game, even if it's just a point. Guys, I have to agree, mate. We can go there and have a real go. And Rudiger would love to meet Joe Linton, if Joe Linton is fit. What do you think of Rudiger, John? There's rumours we're interested in signing him in the summer. Chris, that is not going to happen. Not when you got some prestigious club like Madrid, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, PSG, even Juventus as well. And those 4 teams are historical clubs, yeah, winning things. I love to have Rudiger at Newcastle United. Can you honestly see Rudiger, Josh, going to Newcastle United?
But absolutely, it is possible. But I think if a club like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich all come calling, I feel like he'd probably want to go there. Just more for the European football aspect, if anything.
Fair enough. I've got Graham Nichols as well. Big up to you, Graham. Hope you're okay, mate. Chelsea are a club going under who can't sell, release, or buy assets down to sanctions placed on them. So all the out-of-contract players can leave, like Rudiger and Akupeta as well. Yeah, I mean, it'd be a shame, but that's how it is, mate. It's just, until they get that sorted out very, very quickly. I mean, Jason Cundy reckons Chelsea will probably be sold within 6 weeks. Big up to Andrew, my guy. Hope you're okay and hope you're keeping fit and well. And Ryan versus Gary again. Having a good debate there. How do you feel about the sanctions at Chelsea at the minute? How do the Chelsea fans see this, Josh?
At the end of the day, first of all, the fact that the Roman Abromovich has been sanctioned by the UK government, it is not a surprise that this has actually happened, because it was inevitable that Abromovich was going to get sanctioned, but the timing of it came in really, really quickly. Abramovich was trying to sell the club, but obviously now with the sanctions in place, it basically means he can sell the club, but the government takes full control off that proceedings, and Abramovich doesn't get a single penny for it. So I think, you can talk about the ins and outs of what Chelsea are going to go through right now, and it's evidently clear that Chelsea, if we're in the same place this time next week, Chelsea are going to really struggle financially, and there's going to be serious reports coming out. And I've already led to believe that I think 60 staff of Chelsea have already been partly laid off. That was only yesterday too, so it could become much more as the days goes on. There's the simple solution. There's 2 solutions. Abramovich either refuses to sell the club, and Chelsea will go pretty much completely bankrupt. And Chelsea Football Club would no longer be a professional outfit. It'll pretty much be like Barry, but probably more serious, because Chelsea would have literally no finances whatsoever, because the UK government's in control of all of that. Or the second option is Abramovich sells the club, tries to go down the legal route later on, and Chelsea come under new ownership. And what happens to that new ownership's a whole different situation. How Chelsea fans see it, they're scared, they're worried. A lot of them are led to believe that this could completely ruin Chelsea, even if we get new owners. How serious are these new owners going to be about being trying to make Chelsea the competitive club that we are? There's uncertainty. People are scared. They don't know, where the club that they've supported for years, the family traditions, running through their blood and their family. Just no one knows what's going to happen.
Yeah,
and all my hearts go out to all the people who are being partly laid off. Because as much as I understand why these sanctions have been placed on Abramovich, without getting into all of that, at the end of the day, this is affecting normal people. These people are no longer going to be getting paid when prices are through the roof at the moment in the United Kingdom. It's a heart-wrenching situation that goes so much deeper than football. It is scary times. You just have to hope, and I do. It's as simple as this for me. It is. We have to hope that Roman Abromovich has the heart, has a desire for Chelsea Football Club, and for everybody who works for him, who has worked for him, and for the football club, that he will sell the club, and then he will try and get his money back at a later date, for a legal situation. He has to do what's right for the players, for the clubs, for the fans, and for the working people. He has to sell the club and try and get his money back later. If he doesn't, just the outcome of the situation for fans and for people who are getting paid is going to be absolutely heart-wrenchingly sad to see, and it's going to be one of the worst things we'll see with a football team for years to come.
Oh man, let's hope that they get sorted out ASAP, because that your football club is an institution, right? It's historic, and we do not want to see big clubs going under. We just don't. And let's hope that they get sorted out very, very soon. Otherwise, like you said, Chelsea could be going under. We don't want to see that. Baines, Mike Ashley is looking for a new club. He would get you financial straight. Mike Ashley. Would you take him? To say big club?
If I'm being honest, if he bought the club, meaning Chelsea could get back to normal operations and people could be paid, I would actually take Mike Ashley. Yes, at the end of the day, Chelsea will take anyone. That's the reality. Anybody.
Well, good luck with that, though. If he does come in, then first off, has he got billions? I don't think yet. No, he's got 305 million for the club. But hey ho, we'll just see. But good luck if you do get him. But take my advice, he'll win your club even worse. I'm glad to see Tammy and Tomori being received by the club so well. Always were with Italy when it comes to black players. Witnessed some poor abuse by AC fans towards the Yang and Mbaka a couple of years back. That is shocking, because they both played for Milan as well, and they're both absolutely good players as well. Baka, I love Baka. He's been fantastic for them over the years. John, would you take Callum Hudson-Odoi, realistic for us, and would add competition for our wingers? Would you keep Callum at your club, or do you think it's time for him to go?
Callum Hudson-Odoi, I do like Hudson-Odoi a lot. He's versatile. He's really direct. But over these last couple of years, compared to what he did when he first came into the Chelsea first team, or what he was doing at youth level, he isn't doing the same. He is very, very inconsistent. I think a loan move would do him benefit. Would do so much benefits. But I think it is slightly pushing towards maybe Callum Hudson-Odoi probably be best being moved on. So if the right offer came in, especially under these new owners, I think if the right offer came in for Callum Hudson-Odoi, I would expect him to be sold.
I think for me personally, I mean, will I take Callum Hudson-Odoi? I'd probably take him on the season-long loan and see how it gets on. But like you said, he's very inconsistent at times. I mean, Tuchel had a go at him as well when he first came and pushed him, and he didn't listen. That's why he took him off, which is not good. I won't keep you too long. Go to 8 o'clock, mate, and then obviously you got to get up to bed and to work in the morning there. I'll go fly these comments. Question: did Ashley give away 10,000 free tickets away this season? Well, really, that was the season before, mate. That season before that, but he's gone now, and season tickets is completely sold out, and it's been so tough to get into Newcastle now. You haven't got season tickets; going to be tough. But he did. That was the season before that, mate. Tomorrow should be regular England centre back from now on. The midfield clash between Magician Bruno and Maestro Kante, that'd be fantastic. And saying hi to Ryan. Big up John, Wow, Felix and Botman. Newcastle 1, Chelsea 0. Andrew as well. Everyone saying hi to people. I'm sorry to hear that staff has lost their jobs. It's a terrible situation. Good luck for the future. That's kind words there. Thank you very much for your kind words, mate. And but Andrew, thanks for becoming a member, mate. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And you're going to the hat as well. I need to get 100 people members so I can do a draw as well. So Andrew, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Question for you, Josh: what areas of the Chelsea squad would you expect Newcastle to exploit on match day?
The two wing backs. If Azpilicueta is unfit, it's going to be Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Saul at wing back. So the 2 areas you would have, you tax the two makeshift wing backs, especially Loftus-Cheek, who is played. He went from midfield to up front to centre back to wing back in these last couple of weeks. So if you guys can exploit the space of the two wing backs, you'll be unsure where to go at certain times in the game, and you're really quick in the transition from defence to attack. You could really get some down fast and create overload, which stretch Chelsea's back.
Yeah, fair enough. I mean, what we got to do, we just got to keep playing, just got to keep going the way we're playing. I mean, and it would be absolutely fine. I mean, Bruno should start again on Sunday. I've been very impressed with this kid, Bruno. And with the new sanctions at Chelsea, does that mean no away fans? Louis, all the tickets have been sold before that, so Newcastle fans will be allowed to go to the match. It'll be a sellout on Sunday, but after that, they got 28,000 season ticket holders, and season ticket holders are only allowed to be at Chelsea. That is it. No away fans. They can't sell tickets. Is that right, Josh?
Yeah, so the sanctions currently in place, meaning that Chelsea, it means two things. It means one, No away fans can travel to any games. Chelsea cannot travel to any games away. It also means it means that no Stamford Bridge away fans can be in Stamford Bridge. The only people who will be allowed in Stamford Bridge on Saturday, from after the Newcastle game, are season ticket holders, and anybody who's previously bought a ticket for that game. That ticket will be honoured. After that, season ticket holders only, no away fans travelling for Chelsea, and no away fans inside Stamford Bridge until the sanctions are either amended or ownership's take over.
Yeah, I hope that explains itself, Louis. Which I think we're both right, by the way. Worst case scenario, Chelsea have enough players out on loan. They can play a big part for next season. Broja and Gallagher. See, those two are coming back next season. I mean, they could play for Chelsea.
Conor Gallagher, Roger Broja, definitely Billy Gilmore, the players I would love to see back at Chelsea next season. I think one of those three will be sold or loaned out again. I expect it to probably be Billy Gilmore.
Yeah, Billy Gilmore as well could be in the team as well. Everyone said it'd take Mount and James as well. So is he allowed to sell clubs with new sanctions? Is he allowed to sell club with new sanctions? I think you can, as long as it doesn't make a profit. That is fine. You can still sell the club as long as it doesn't make the profit. That's the thing, though.
Yes. In simple terms, if Abromovich can get Abromovich can apply for a special license. The special license would allow Abromovich to sell the club to another owner, but Roman Abromovich will not get a single penny for the club for the sale of the club. All of that money for the sale will go straight into the UK government's back pocket.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Is the Roman banned from even selling Chelsea despite what happens to the selling money down to sanctions placed on him? That's from Graham.
Abramovich is not banned from selling the club. Along with government approval, he'll be allowed to sell Chelsea. As I said, he'll not earn a single money for it. All the profits, every single penny that the club would be sold for would go straight to the UK government.
Fair enough. I'll go over these comments there quickly. We should be able to leave for Arsenal, Man U, Spurs, no problem, as soon as we do things right. Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City are the ones that would be hard to get over. I think Chelsea, depends who they play next season, will be interesting. Will the Chelsea fans buy the new Chelsea shirts with no Nike or free sponsor logo? Apparently, they've taken the fee off the shirts, haven't they? And Nike are not going to pull out on Chelsea. Just breaking news, they would not be pulling out on Chelsea. So that's latest news. Can we get into the top four Europa if we win on remaining games? I think Europa is doable, but top four will definitely be out of reach. We've got to win all our games to do that as well. So that'll be very interesting. Manquillo, Lascelles, Burn, Target, Bruno. That is going to be lights on Sunday. And 25 is as well. Team. Fair enough. So away fans for Chelsea can't go at the games. We can, Thomas, but future away games, they can't do it. Chelsea don't give a damn about us if they are skint. Put them into administration, eh? Wow. Until Hamilton. Josh.
What is it?
Yeah, he said, Millie basically said Chelsea don't give a damn about us if they are skint. Put them into administration.
Can't say
it.
I'm not gonna go. I don't really know what I can say to listen. I think no matter what has happened in the past, you don't want to see anybody lose their job or lose the club that they have supported for years.
I agree.
Yes. Maybe there's been situations in the past where the bigger teams may have come across that they haven't cared about the teams lower in the league, but these are people's jobs, these are people's livelihoods, these are people who the club have supported for years, and so much more. And you never want to see anybody lose that. And I think football's much more than that when it comes to jobs and livelihoods and so much more. So I would say I respect your opinion, but there's a bigger picture to that, and we don't want to see anybody lose their job or completely lose the club that they've supported for years.
I have to agree with you, mate. I have to agree, because at the end of the day, losing your job is like losing your livelihood. You've got bills to pay. You've got this and that on top of it to do as well. You want to do things, nice holidays and that. You don't want to lose your job at this moment in time. Not good. And John, have you got a message for Eddie Howe after getting Manager of the Month award? That's a good question. Listen, big up to Eddie. Well deserved. He deserves it. I mean, 9 games unbeaten, won the last 6 games out of 7. And Eddie Howe, my manager, the work he's put in with the players has been absolutely awesome. So well deserved, Eddie Howe. It's big up to him. So well done on becoming manager of the month. Deserve it. And Chelsea used to say themselves as the next John Terry. Yeah, right. John, big up to you, John Richardson. Hope you're okay, mate. Would you pay $3 billion for Chelsea if you was wanted to buy a club? Would you pay $3 billion for Chelsea?
Would I pay $3 billion for Chelsea? If I had $3 billion, I would love to pay for Chelsea, but I actually don't have those funds available to me right now.
Yeah, fair enough. And I've got a guess of Gregory Hoos. Do subscribe to my channel, mate. It's your first time. As long as we go out, they're a strong team. I don't see why we couldn't put up a good fight against Chelsea. That's very true. It's all about being positive as well, which I think is great. So isn't a non-biased opinion. Where do you think we will finish next season, Josh?
All about if you have a good transfer window. You give Eddie Howe the continued backing. Eddie Howe continues to work his magic. I actually see Newcastle finishing in the top 10 next season.
Yeah, very true. Josh, are you worried about American investors could buy your club and possibly be like United, where they care about top 4 and money than trophies? Would you be concerned about American investors?
Ryan, I'm going to give you the most deep and real answer I can give you. In a hypothetical situation, it's either you have American owners and you can watch your football club play, or you have no football club at all in Chelsea or history. You're no longer a club in the Premier League. I would rather have a fight for mid-table than have no football club at all.
That's a fair enough answer. Fair enough. Is he sleeping? That's when as we see sleeping. I don't think he is. And big up to you, Anne. Hope you're okay, pets. Hi, guys. Hope you're well. I think we should think more of the poor people that are being killed and their lives being destroyed. God bless those people. You know what it is, Anne? I totally agree with you, pet. I mean, I hope that they end this war now because it's getting too much for the Ukrainians as well. We need to defend Ukraine people, right? And the bottom line is, what Russia are doing and Putin's doing is an absolute disgrace. They really are. Stop this now, Russia. Just end it now or it gets worse. And I'm just going to leave it as that. So Chelsea bank accounts has to be suspended by Barclays on Sky Sports. So Barclays is bank accounts has to be suspended. Wow. That's huge news, that. And I don't really like Chelsea or all the fans, but if this is Newcastle, I would devastated. So I do feel for the fans. That's from Thomas. All shared, John. Thank you so much, Paul. Paul always watches my channel. Why haven't Chelsea fans started complaining about what's happened to Roman and then bring up the government to sanction Newcastle? Quite embarrassing, that. And also he added, oh, my bank account does get suspended. I need to get some milk later. Oh, quality, man. So I'll be happy if someone gave us $3 billion. And Millie said, totally agree, Foxy. Fair enough, mate. It's just fair enough to your answer there. And if you're a true football fan, you want Chelsea to get through the sticky patch they're in. As mentioned before, there's a lot of people on ordinary incomes whose job depends on it. That's from Chris. That's a fair comment there. Chelsea are a good club to Ashes Strip. Well, we'll see. Ryan, when are you doing a pod? That's from Paul. Big up to you. Right, so before giving another 5 more minutes, because obviously you've got things to do, what do you think the prediction is going to be tomorrow for your game? And is going to be the key?
Predictions. It's a really difficult game to go. I've been really impressed. I think I am one of these guys who are very. I try and be as unbiased as I possibly can be. Actually, I'm going to go with my kind of football knowledge rather than my biased knowledge. I do think it's going to be a draw. I think this is the first game. It's a big away game for Newcastle. It's probably the first big team they've faced since they've had a good run. I think the fans are going to be order like confidence, and just with what's going on with Chelsea. I think we were lucky we were playing Norwich last night because Norwich are absolutely awful. They're atrocious. They're just a terrible football team. But I think when we come up against a bigger team and things are going to be tough, I don't know if the players are going to be mentally right. And just there's so much going on. And I wonder if the atmosphere around Stamford Bridge tomorrow is going to be a bit toxic and difficult to deal with. So I think Newcastle are playing Chelsea at the keyest time possible. And I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw.
Fair enough. I'll give my prediction in a minute. And Kush, I've got to ask you as well. What do you think of the Chelsea fans chanting Roman's name at Norwich?
Just great. Well, I'll actually probably to the game previous to that, the Burnley game, when Chelsea fans chanted Abromovich during the minute applause for all the Ukrainian citizens and the country. That was disgraceful. I think, you're more than free to chant whatever you wish, during the 90 minutes of a game, as long as it's not racist or sexist or whatever. And I think to do it at that particular moment was disgraceful. It was disrespectful. It was just so immortally wrong to be doing that. In terms of why Chelsea fans are singing Roman Abramovich's name, they're doing it because of what he's done for Chelsea Football Club. All of these things of Russian, Vladimir Putin and stuff. It's, everybody has their opinions on what they think about that, and that's fine. If Chelsea fans are singing it because of what he's done for the club and stuff, I respect that completely. I have no issue with them chanting his name, but just do not do it when there's a minute of applause for a country that is clearly facing an incredibly tough time where children and people are being killed.
That's a fair comment. Good answer. Right, I'll go give my prediction as well. Like I said, it's going to be ones each as well. I'll agree with you. And I believe that the goal scorer, hopefully, it'd be probably Joe Willock. He'd probably score, making his late runs again, because I'm a Joe Willock fan. And got two more comments as well. Chelsea were a good Russian money laundering club. That's from Millie. And I've got one from Danny as well, from West Ham fan as well. By Chelsea, your name's only going to be written down in history. No European Cup, sanctioned in the league, just like Bury FC. What you got to say about that, mate? That's Danny. Wow.
Again, I'll say to Danny is, if you imagine that was could imagine if that was your football club and it was your club or your family who were potentially losing, their jobs over something that they have absolutely nothing to do with, and they were losing all their income with prices going through the roof and being scared of how they're going to be able to feed themselves, keep a roof over their head. It's not a nice situation to be in, and you wouldn't want your family or any of your friends or your football club to be in that situation. So you shouldn't wish on anybody else. Chelsea may have this history that people don't like or don't like Roman Abromovich, and that's perfectly fine. But to wish a football club to go down over that, I think it's a bit too far.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough comment. And one more as well. I was at the quarterfinal game in England-Ukraine, and I was with the Ukraine supporter at Euro 2020, and they were so kind and friendly. Myself and I, a few other lads in the shirts, great fans, and that's on the volley. And got one here, very fair comment from Chelsea lad John. Yeah, absolutely fair enough. And he's very good in what he says, and big up to you. And Chelsea won, Newcastle won for me. I'll go along with that, ones each as well. So I'm going to wrap it up there, because obviously you've got things to do. It's 8 o'clock. And did you enjoy coming on with John? Did you enjoy it today, Josh?
I've really enjoyed it. I appreciate everybody asking all questions. I really appreciate everybody asking the question. I hope I've given you all the answers to any questions you've had to the best I possibly can. I said it's very difficult for me as a Chelsea fan to talk about the football at the moment, given what is happening.
Sure, understand.
But John, it's been a pleasure to meet you. It's been a pleasure to meet everyone in the chat. I wish you guys all the best for the rest of your season. I wish Newcastle all the best. I hope you guys keep on building and moving closer to the top. And I hope you never ever see those dark days that you did under Mike Ashley ever again.
Absolutely kind words there, my guy. Kind words. Go through these comments quickly. Chelsea 3, Newcastle 2. Newcastle 2, Chelsea 1 from John. Thank you, John and Josh. Big up to Joshua. Going to battle them. Everything is going on. They can't handle it. If their players mentally will be awful, and we're flying, and we obviously easily ousting by 3 goals to 1 to Newcastle, Aston Thomas. Neat John, Josh, great, sure. Thanks very much indeed on the volley, and buy to coffee as well. And if you do like my videos, like what you see, please hit the like button. Also do subscribe. I'm on the road to try and get 3K. And also, if you like to donate, then click on the $sign. And if you'd like to become a member like Andrew has done earlier on, click on the join button, 99p. That's all it is. And Josh, can you tell us the socials, please? Where can you find your socials, mate?
So my Twitter is at JWSH_CFC. I've got a Ukrainian flag as my profile picture. I don't do YouTube. I did do YouTube, but I don't do it anymore for personal reasons. I just don't have any time for it. So, but I do tweet. I do tweet on there. I tweet my views. If anybody, of course, has any questions or anything they want to talk about, my DMs will always be open. And I hope in a few weeks' time I'll have a bit more of a smile on my face with Chelsea. But I do appreciate having me on, and I hope you've enjoyed having me on as well.
Thank you very much indeed for coming on. And before I go, all right, just two more quick ones. Get my career back and switch Fiesta on the right. Chelsea will hurt us on that side. Elka, he better not play on Sunday, get ripped apart. Thank you, Thomas. And thank you, Thomas, again. And last one, really think it'll be a close game. Newcastle win 6-1. Yeah, right. Wood hat-trick, Wood, Burn, and worth it. You always go wishful thinking, but geez, can happen. Listen, well, thanks so much for coming on. Thanks for watching chat as well. I should be back tomorrow. Right, doing a watch on Sunday. I'll probably do bits and bobs tomorrow as well. And like I said, you know what to do, guys. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic evening, wherever you decide to do. And thanks so much indeed. And have a fantastic evening. And take